Working in a group is great for expanding your understanding of a topic, considering issues from multiple perspectives, and developing your collaborative skills. But it can also bring extra challenges that you wouldn't necessarily need to worry about when working by yourself. 3 key things you might want to think about are developing a coherent piece of work, practical management, and navigating interpersonal conflict. In this video, we're going to focus on the practicalities of working as a group. So meeting regularly and checking in with one another can definitely help the group work together smoothly and ensure that everyone's on the same page, but it can also be really difficult to organise. You'll all have different priorities, responsibilities and schedules, so finding a time or a space or a platform that works for everyone can be tricky, especially if you're working in a large group. To make this process a bit easier, here are some things you can try. Making practical management a priority. It's quite easy to devalue or overlook the time and energy required to practically manage a group task because these aren't usually things we have to worry about when working by ourselves. But practical considerations like finding a time and place where people can meet, deciding how to keep in touch or how to transfer files and documents are really crucial for effective group working. One approach to this might be to choose a group administrator or organiser who's in charge of arranging meetings and catch-ups and are allocated less writing or research-based responsibilities as a result. If you're going to do this, then we do need to recognise that there are cultural biases around who should do these more practical tasks or who might be better suited to them. And this unfortunately does mean that these tasks are often assigned in a way that disadvantages certain demographics. So it's important to make sure everyone is given a fair opportunity to take on or decline the role. Alternatively, you can make a list of the different administrative tasks required and divide them up amongst the group. Matching the medium to the task. Group meetings don't have to take place in person or even at the same time if you all have busy schedules. You could try meeting synchronously online using software like Microsoft Teams or Zoom, or asynchronously using a Canvas discussion board or social messaging app like WhatsApp. And different mediums actually tend to favour different types of interaction. So think about the purpose of your communication and then choose the medium accordingly. So let's say you want to rehearse a group presentation. Well, in that case, it's probably best to meet in person or at least use a synchronous medium like Zoom or Teams. But if you just want to quickly check in on progress, then asynchronous social messaging apps might be a lot more convenient for everyone. Managing bottlenecks. Depending on how you've divided up the task within the group, you might find bottlenecks emerging where one member of the group can't start on their task until another member has finished theirs. Now this can feel quite frustrating and time consuming, but the truth is that one task doesn't always have to be completely finished before we start on the next. And in most cases, we can actually get started a lot sooner than we might think. So let's say my partner is doing the research and I'm writing up the first draft. Well, in that situation, I don't actually need the research to be 100% complete to get started with the writing. Instead, I could use a bit of the early research to produce a rough draft, and then keep checking in with my partner and adding to or revising the draft as the research progresses. So when you identify a potential bottleneck, rather than waiting until your partner is completely done, just ask yourself, what's the least amount of information I need to make a start? And once you know that, you can discuss it with your partner or group and make sure this information is prioritised so you can get started as soon as possible.